Welcome back to Educator.com and AP World History. Today we're going to be finishing up the second period, which is about 600 BC to 600 CE. And this session will deal with the emergence of transregional networks of communication and exchange. Transregional, a big word. By transregional, we mean between or among regions. So South Asia is a region, China, and India at South Asia is a region. Trade between them is transregional. So we're talking about massive distances. And we have four that you need to know about. Two of them are land routes, and they are the Silk Roads and the Trans-Saharan caravan routes. Two of them are water routes, and they are the Indian Ocean sea lanes and the Mediterranean sea lanes. And what was traded? Well, mostly we traded luxury goods, because when you are going to move, especially overland a long distance, you can't take really heavy, bulky things that are not worth very much. You have to take smaller things that are not as heavy, that are very valuable. And so luxury goods fit into that category really well, because then the traders could make profit. We also have raw materials, and I think of the Trans-Saharan trade, the basic things that were traded were gold and salt. And the sub-Saharan peoples didn't have much salt, but they did have gold. And the people in North Africa and Europe really wanted gold, and they had salt. So these things were traded. Now you might say, well, oh my goodness, salt for gold, who would do such a thing? You have to understand, number one, that salt was a great deal more valuable in the ancient world than it is today. And that when we trade things, we trade something that we don't have for something that we do want. And so that trade then is equal among equals. And there we have raw materials being exchanged. Let's take a look at these on a map. The red here, this is the Silk Roads. And the Silk Roads run from China all the way over into the Middle East. Now, this is not to say that some Chinese entrepreneur here gets on this road and he takes his goods all the way over here. That's not how it happened at all. The Chinese entrepreneur here would sell to somebody who took it somewhere, and then that person then passed it on to another caravan, to another caravan, to another caravan, and so forth, until it got to its final destination. So it's no one owned these roads. These were operated by people who saw the benefit in their section of it. And you also notice that this comes down into India. So we will talk about that later. Also, we have the Indian Ocean. That didn't look too good, so we'll change it to black. So the Indian Ocean trade, you can see, is quite extensive, from China into the Spice Islands, Philippines, Malaysia, Indonesia, India, Middle East, and Africa, all the way up into Egypt. Quite an extensive and profitable trade was going on here. Again, not by one person or group, but by many different groups that together produced this trade.